Hello, everybody. My name is Geva. Uh, we're going to talk with Gal Helemski from PlainID, the CMO and co-founder, about what they do. I'll very briefly introduce myself. I work with a lot of startups on the strategy, marketing. I'm on the board of a few, the advisory board of a lot, including in the cybersecurity space. Actually, Secularity is going to do a fireside chat here a little later today. It's one of them. I was on the board there for a while. And but PlainID is the main story here. So first, Gal, tell us what you guys do.
Okay. Hi, everybody. Well, at PlainID, what we do is we empower authorizations using data-driven intelligence for smart connected enterprises. What does it mean? It means that we are a cybersecurity company. We focus on authorizations, management and control. We deal with what you can access and what you can do while you're in the app, and we do that in a smart way. Basically, we smart up your authorizations.
So the first question that comes to mind, I mean, authorizations have been around for a while, right? So what's the need suddenly? What's different about how you guys do it compared to other approaches?
Okay, yeah, well, that's a good question. So, yes, authorizations have been here forever, and it's been always a huge challenge. Now, I'm going to share a short story to explain also where we came from and why the challenge still exists, and it's just increasing. All three founders, we came from the enterprise. We came from the pain, from the challenge. And I was a cybersecurity consultant for like 15 years. I was working at this bank, and they wanted to take the legacy application, the old application, the banker application. They wanted to transform it to a more mobile-friendly interface. And they came to us, the security group, and they asked, okay, solve the authorization problem. We already have everything defined inside. We know what everybody needs to do, the banker and everything. Just give us the authorizations on the mobile platform. And we couldn't do that. We couldn't answer the need. We didn't have any technical solutions for that. So we had to work a lot. We have to develop. It was like a 6-month project just to answer this business requirement. And it goes to anything the organization needs to do, whether he wants to move to the mobile, whether he wants to upgrade whether it wants to scale up to the cloud. The organization always faces the authorization issues. It was a huge problem, and now it's a much bigger problem. So how are we different? We are different in...
So just a clarification on that, it's a bigger problem now because of the sort of diversity of devices and browsers and mobile users and all of that?
Yes, and the technology, because once you relied a lot on that you're in the organization, behind the firewall, that was part of your security solution. But now the boundaries are gone. Every organization moves outside. Every organization is moving to the cloud and utilizing mobile applications, and the authorizations aren't handled the same. Technically, it's a different solution. And the existing solution, the classical solutions for authorizations, they just don't apply to this new area.
So when you say in the cloud, it's including also software as a service and things like that people need to have one. It's not about single sign-on. It's more than that.
No, yeah, okay, that's also another good question. It's not about single sign-on, because single sign-on, it opens the door. But what happens after the door is opened? Okay, you entered your workforce. What happens next? What can you do within the application? What resources can you access? What actions you can do? What data can you see? So that's authorization, not just a single sign-on, not just the opening the door, but also what you can do afterwards.
So it's also policies of who can use what, do what, when,
exactly.
How, why. I think you gave me an example, something about money transfers and things like that.
Yes, like
it's a pretty good example.
Okay, well, that goes for our uniqueness, the dynamic authorization. Most solutions today are static-based solutions, but you would want authorizations to be more dynamic. For example, if you have like a cybersecurity event, you don't want to block your network, because then you would deny your own services. You would maybe want to block only high-risk operations. For example, money transfer operations. I have a cybersecurity event. I would block immediately all my high-risk operations, such as money transfer or whatever. So our solution can react to any external event or internal event and adjust the abilities within the application accordingly.
There are you were about to say before, I'm not sure if you covered it by now, other differentiators you have
Yes.
versus other solutions?
Yeah,
Wanna talk about that?
so another differentiator which we bring with our solution is the ability to visually manage authorizations. Now, if you think about authorizations, if you talk about authorizations, then today it's very technical, but let's just talk authorization. What would you want to see? I would want to say, like, my sales managers need to access my accounts. It's all English. There isn't anything technical there. And that's what our product enables you to do. It enables you to define, okay, sales managers in a business language, accounts management, and use the connection, draw the connections between them. So it's a very visual management, a very visual approach to managing authorization. Afterwards, we attach the technical data because it's needed, but you start from the business perspective.
Tell us a little bit about the. So I understand there's other players sort of touching in this. There's players like Okta who really focus on single sign-on, which we already talked about.
Exactly.
And then there's other companies that are sort of coming in more from the developer perspective. Is that right? And some companies that are more from the business user perspective.
Yeah, so if you're talking about the competitor landscape, so authorizations were never a focus. Always there is, identity and access management. Authorizations are part of something. They are part of another solution. There isn't a focused approach to authorization. So if we're talking about possible competitors, well, all the classical solutions might be an option, but we see them as the possible business partners and not more as competitors. There are also all those authorization providers, and they apply more to the developer side. Like if you would want to develop your own solution, you would go to such solutions. There are several very good companies in this area. We think that we should provide a full solution, not just part of a solution. The management interface, the ability to apply to the business side of the issue, and the technical side of the issue.
You know, you told us a little bit about yourself. You were a cybersecurity expert at a bank. Now you're the CMO, though.
Yeah.
The story for another time, maybe.
Yeah.
But tell us a little bit about your other two co-founders and why you started the company.
Yes, okay. So we are three co-founders. Our CEO, Oren, he's actually sitting here. He was previously deputy of CSO of one of the largest banks in Israel. He has vast experience in managing cybersecurity-related projects, a special emphasis on identity and access management. We actually had two implementations there. We had one of IBM, one of CICC, so we're familiar with this area from all sides. Our other co-founder, Dimitri, he's a very experienced architect and Java programmer. He's a really server, hardcore person. So he's responsible for all the backend of our product. We actually know each other and we work together for like more than 10 years. Oren was our customer. We worked as his consultant. So we decided that we should do something in this area. Yeah, that's PlainID.
How are we doing on time?
We need to...
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.